Go ahead.
My name is Anon 2020 for president. If you want to know my real name, I'm going to host it on my website, anon.org. And you'll be able to fill out a non-disclosure agreement and find out exactly who I am and what I stand for. I started CAG, a nonprofit organization, because I decided that I could no longer sit by and watch the future degrade of our planet and our way of life. We're at a global extinction level event time now. There really isn't a whole lot left. We have just one generation left, really, for the most part, to get this right. This is the last chance we'll have. So I started a nonprofit that is going to rebuild the very foundation of civilization, the nuclear family. I don't just come to the table with pretty words. I have real technology, real ideas, ways to fix real global level problems in a very simplex and inexpensive manner. That being said, there's going to be an entire population of people that will go out to the cosmos, marking this century and the year that happens as the universal century, meaning mankind will no longer be confined to just Earth. Life, as far as we're aware, exists only on this planet, to the best of our knowledge, right? Whatever's been disclosed. And of that life, we're the only life that can actually make a difference and make a change.
I'll tell you, I wonder if other pioneers, felt this similar kind of alienation when they were doing something very similar. And they didn't have access to the kind of technology that we have that allows us to document it fully.
Oh my gosh!
Whoa! Hey, just business alone. I'm spending New Year's with a friend, so. Good news. I'm less than 90 days away from tens of millions of dollars towards, my artificial intelligence research. So, yeah, it's very exciting. What's that?
How did NASA go?
Nothing so far. I haven't heard anything back from anybody at NASA, but I am planning on going to a lunch with real astronauts in Florida. So that's something that's scheduled next month. You guys ready? 2019 is going to be lit.
It's already building up to that.
Yeah, well, you guys don't know me.
Everyone, this is Kevin.
I halfway recognize you from being downtown for so long.
Pleasure. I am Anon 2020 for president, so I'm actually running for president for the United States in 2020. I'm 100% serious.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm right here. I was born right here in Roanoke. So.
Cool stuff.
Good for you.
Yeah. Happy New Year's, you guys.
See you.
No.
See you around. Well,
Take care of those beautiful kids you got.
thank you. Take care.
Excuse me.
Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year's.
The true story and what's really happening is not what you see here. It's kind of what's really going on in people's real lives as all this is transpiring. But it's isolating too, because there should be a finite limit, you know what I mean? And I feel myself, I feel it. I feel that pull where it's like taffy, where it's like almost like strings of myself are coming apart. And so I imagine that the loneliness that happens with some people is their external selves, the costume that they wear, Yeah, and it's starting to unravel for them, and this is probably what they're experiencing right about this time right now. Because they're stretched thin, they don't feel like they're really connected with anybody authentic anymore. What are they really doing? What does their life all measure up to? What's their purpose? What's their reason for existing? Who do they really matter to? Who really loves them, and do they love anybody else? favorite spots for lonely people is to come up here this hill, and you just start walking on these rocks that are up here, because there's these foundations literally at the top of Roanoke is what I call it. And I remember me and my mom, you know, because I was born here in that hospital right there. We used to walk around here, you know. My mom always had a place to go. She always had a job or whatever, you know, someplace we had to go. They didn't have like childcare back then, so basically I had to follow her on foot everywhere she went. And a lot of people forget the kids are these casual observers in all this, that we're taking in all this. And we have a responsibility as an observer too. Each of us. These are the loneliest places, I'm telling you, this is where the lonely people go. These are the places that the lonely people think about going, right? And look, there's nobody here. Yeah. Here we go. These rocks up here, this is what I'm talking about. You see how they have these rocks? These are like the foundation of Roanoke right here. It's like a spine. And a lot of people are just going to walk by this and they say, oh, this is arbitrary. Believe it or not, what we're actually seeing here is something really remarkable. What happened here? Something pretty damn remarkable. And that's what we're all here about. That's what Roanoke is all here about. And people walk by it, they drive by it every day, they don't have a damn clue. And so these are where the lonely people are going to be, and this is the kind of things that lonely people think about. So you just call Alexandros Filth. A-L-E-X. Andros, A-N-D-R-O-S.
I will be speaking on solutions to policy and communication.
Is it on the agenda or off the agenda?
Off the agenda.
I want to call to order the Roanoke City Council regular session, February 4th, 2019, 2 o'clock.
So we move down to item number 3, which is the hearing of citizens upon public matters. And I have one person that has signed up, Mr. Alexandros Filth.
I see a full attendance today.
Good to see y'all. Everybody's in good health, I take it? So the big subject of organization for today is going to be surrounded about lifestyle of those inside the city and around the city. And the reason why is because disclosure is sneakily, I guess you could say, indiscriminate when it comes to the citizens. The citizens have no hearsay. They don't know what to expect. They don't understand the impact of technology on their lives and how it's going to change their society around them. So we need a way for those citizens to be able to have a closer voice with the individuals, let's say in city council, for example. So something like this, you know, is something that I just don't need to keep to myself, that we have to talk to the people about and get the community involved and let them know what my intentions are and how I plan to do all of this and how it's going to impact their lives. So that's mostly what this is about today, is to let you know what some of my plans are on a grand scale. It's legacy work, like the reason why you guys are doing what you're doing. You guys have as much a say in this as anybody else, so you know I'm trying to be hospitable here. I'm not the bad guy, but it's been a pleasure. Have a wonderful day.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, we're now down to the consent agenda. Item number 4. All matters listed under consent.
There's going to be a very big effort by all the governments of the world to capture the most fantastic technology that mankind has yet seen. And they're all looking for the people that are going to produce it. You know, it's the time for those kind of geniuses to start coming out of the woodworks again, and they're going to try to capture them and say that it's a matter of national security. You know, a lot of them are probably cooped up in mental institutions. You know, they're in prison. You know, their lives are threatened by either disease or poverty. The big Cold War idea is it's a commercial industrial level espionage, Cold War. So no one actually knows how to create anything new. There's no new ideas anymore. The most dangerous idea about disclosure probably is that there's no consent. There's no general public consent. If I said to you, over the next 5 years, the United States government is going to be releasing rather fantastic, unbelievable technology, like faster than light technology. You would say, oh, you're off your rocker. This is insane. There's no fucking way. But the truth is that whether they have the technology or not, it's a good. And what they're trying to do is initiate a new golden age of mankind and get us into space, kind of what Kennedy did. The elites they can't create anything new. They need geniuses to do all that for them. So they're looking for immortality technology so that they can become like these immortal overlords. They're looking for control technology like artificial intelligence.
You and I need to be friends.
Because I make microchips out of human remains.
You make what?
Microchips out of human remains.
Really?
Yes.
Don't want to know you.
Okay.
That is just so dumb.
Virtual reality control so that they can get people locked into these paradise lands and make them believe that they'll be immortal forever. There's also the really dangerous side of the counterculture of all of this that's occurring because of disclosure. You're going to get a lot of these, I like to call them false prophets, are going to kind of be coming out of the woodworks, like QAnon, for example. The trustless system is coming. We already know, there's people that basically will stab you in the back for a nickel because they've got to pay their bills. And, the whole system is predicated on this. It's so terrible. It's terrifying. And then it's even exacerbated by the fact that it's now okay for the police, socially acceptable almost, for them to just barge into your house, abduct you, not show you any paperwork, not tell you what's going on.
So they say that they have a policy in place that doesn't allow me to wear this.
Yeah, pretty
I have the legal right to see that policy.
Yeah, but now they want you to leave the mall, so now you must leave the mall. It's private property. If they don't want you here, you don't have to be here. So it's time for you to go.
Good to know. J.W. Price Jr. right here.
Yeah, make sure it says
All
sorry.
right here.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Price,
We
time
got
to go.
security here. Thanks very much. Merry Christmas. Enjoy your stupidity.
And they've told you you've committed no crime, you've done nothing wrong, and this is completely unacceptable. I swore an oath when I joined the Marine Corps, and I said that I would uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and do bear true faith and allegiance to the same. And if I can say anything, I would like to say that the future has a very, very bright possibility, that there are people out there that will lay down everything, even if they have nothing, and they will fight for Eleutheria, for freedom, for liberty. And it's not just for them, it's for everybody. If you want to do something really great, you pay it forward. You don't need your right hand to know what your left hand is doing. It's that act of kindness that just comes out of you. I don't know how to describe it, man. It's like your brain tells you to run, your brain tells you be afraid, and you say no. You have to want to overcome fear more than you want to breathe. But see, I've already faced death. The whole experience, the central nervous system response, the same things that affect normal people. This is probably what we should be intensely documenting. This is a result of hard-coded PTSD and what it can actually do to you. Look at how normal I am. Yeah. Hey, Happy New Year. Yeah. And to anybody else, this would be chaos. Should parks like this close like that?
Yeah, close to 11.
And what's dangerous about being here?
Gruff the crime dog is working tonight. Gruff the crime dog is working.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying?
The man.
I advise y'all to leave.
The man. I'm fearless. Don't ever go anywhere with me. I am absolutely fearless. Did you ever read about Rocketeers? Like Von Braun? Him and Goddard, they have something in common. They knew within their lifetimes that mankind would be leaving the planet. From the time they were children. They knew that it was achievable. They dared. This is what makes the kind of people like Elon Musk. This is what makes those kind of people, is they see something that's bigger than themselves. And this is, in a way, what inspired me when I was a kid. I'm one of those great thinkers, and I was inspired by other great thinkers. when I joined the Marine Corps in 2003, it was still by the bridge. 2001 was when the attacks on 9/11 happened. I had just gotten through with my lunch period in Franklin County, and I was on my way to history class. And the day before this, okay, this is the killer part, is that we were joking about history, and we were saying, well, why do we even need to know any of this? And he gave us a lecture. He stopped everything because we were doing this whole course of study, and it was all had to do with what is it they study for? We called it the SOL test, the shit out of luck test, right? Yeah. And he was giving us this. He went into this full-on lecture. He literally stopped the whole class the day before 9/11. And he said, "Look, you guys are in a generation that you're going to be able to appreciate this. And I'm an old man, and you're just saying he's just giving us an old man lecture. But mark my words, you're living in historic times. You are going to be a part of history." And the very next day, coming in out of lunch, right there on the fucking TV screen, the World Trade Centers are fucking crumbling. And it was like, every single one of us kids that was in that class, I think I was the most impacted. I knew that I was different, especially after that point. And that was one of the things that kind of defined my character. And I said, it changed me in a way, because I was on a career path. I wanted to make money, and I wanted to get into neurology, so that way I could feed my insatiable thirst for knowledge about the human brain and all these other things. But of course, it would give me a lifestyle that would be much better than being a poverty-stricken kid in Franklin County, Virginia. And it changed everything, because I was like, well, what gave me the ability, the freedom to be able to enjoy this modicum of sense that allows me to even choose this path alone? And who is going to secure that for my children? And that was a historic day for me. Was on the day 9/11 happened, I was like, okay, there is like an invisible force field of people that are willing to sacrifice something that we cannot see or feel or touch. And this has to be preserved above all else. Even above my own talents, even above my own wants and desires for the future, even among, all of my aspirations. All the good that I can do in the world is meaningless if we can't protect this. And I knew that I had to be a part of that. I knew that I had to make that a part of my fiber, of what I was. And I needed to touch it, to feel it, to grab it. And I've been chasing it ever since. So when I got out, I just started over and started a different path in life, and now here's where I'm at. And I saw it all from the inside, so it gave me a lot of insight. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't want to run for president. I don't desire to be president of the United States. That's not why I'm doing it. I'm doing it because I know I'm intelligent, I understand the system, and I understand how to fix things. And the people that have the right willpower to do it are not doing it. And it's killing us. And so we need people like me. And I'll take the mantle. I'll take it up, even though I don't want to, because it's scary and it puts my family in danger, and I'm going to be a public spectacle, and all the stuff that comes with it. But it's necessary. I mean, I swore an oath, and that oath, as far as I'm aware, doesn't have an expiration date.
So I'm making this recording at the behest of a good friend of mine who said that I need to get my thoughts in a video so that I can share it with lots of people and they can kind of understand. You got to watch this video first, because this is the first in the series. And the other videos are not going to make sense, or even if they do make sense, you're just going to think that I'm fucking crazy. So who cares? It's a dollar bill. It's just a piece of paper, right? But it's more than that. It's actually a system of control. Okay, so the question comes, so what is the Matrix? Everybody wants to know what the Matrix is. For everybody, it's a little different. It's the fabric of our universe, what we see, everything around us, everything that we see, we touch, we feel. It's part of who we are. It's part of how we were born. Everybody's been born into the Matrix. Everybody's a slave. Some really interesting stuff here. Theories on genetics, botany, new ways of farming that are absolutely going to be world changing and industry changing as well. And it's all based off of some very interesting visions that I had about how the nervous system works, energy, friction. I don't know. Color me crazy. I wrote some of this stuff down. New optics are going to be designed. It's going to go back to my experiments that I'm going to hold with electricity and fire. And shaping magnetic fields. I'm going to create a new shaping magnetic fields technology. And it's going to be, it's literally going to, I'm going to create adamantium. I'm not joking. I'm going to create adamantium. Now, I can't make adamantium right away, okay? Because you have to put effort into this. And the effort is going to equal what I'm going to create. And you can't simply materialize instantaneously what you see in your mind. So you have to figure out a way to work up to that point. And so my first experiments are going to be small and incremental. And I already know what they're going to produce. And that's what they're going to produce. And then, of course, that is going to be used as a model so that it can be dissected and it can be disseminated, and videos can be produced and knowledge can be disseminated, and people can understand about molecules. They can understand about atoms. They can understand about energy. They can understand about the atomic structure. They can understand the magic of three. I mean, this is going to be crazy. So for like everybody that wants to ask and has all these questions, I'm trying to think of questions that you'll ask me before you ask me. Because I haven't gotten any questions yet, but that doesn't mean you won't ask any. So my daughter is sure to have some at some point, and if she sees this, then I love you, and I'm thinking about you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
They're staying go to the gardens. All right.
Manners seems to be so rare nowadays, you know? I keep running into people like, you know, they're like, wow, you have such good manners. And it's like, really? People are in these little modes where they just like turn themselves off.
And they're like,
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I love your skirt.
I don't understand why yours is so heavy. So much knowledge.
He got lead in there. Hey, there he is.
I don't think you understand how data analytics works.
He's got a lot more information in there than I do.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
We both have.
Hey, you're on camera.
I know. This is my videographer. Yeah.
What
I told you
what
about
are you
this
doing?
all before.
An autobiography?
No. This is part of my campaign video for a grassroots movement. So that the people that come after me, the leaders that actually want to do things and embody the peace and the wisdom that is supposed to be a public servant that represents the people, that they'll have a guideline. They'll know what to do and how to do it.
Setting the pattern. You're 50 years too late. They've already set the precedent.
Yeah. Well, I'm sending a new one. It's time for a paradigm shift.
Good.
You don't agree?
I agree 100%.
What do you gentlemen do?
They're Jehovah's Witnesses.
We're all Jehovah's Witnesses.
Well, you know why Jehovah's Witnesses don't like Halloween?
Tell me why.
Well, because they don't appreciate it when people come knock on their door.
That is a good one.
Not bad, right?
That's not the reason.
I know. I'm aware. I'm totally aware.
We were talking about Rodney Dangerfield today.
Oh, yeah?
Rodney Dangerfield said he sent home one day saying, "What's the purpose of life? Why are we here?" And Jehovah's Witnesses knocked on his door. They looked at him and said, "We're not interested in you."
Oh, that's great. I'm gonna remember that one. Well, okay, so Satan is he's got a bunch of demons, and he's spray painting the pearly gates, right? And St. Peter comes up to him and says, "Hey, look, you can't do that, you know." And he says, "Well, what are you gonna do? Try to stop me, right?" And he said, I got all the damn lawyers.
Of course he did.
That was a warning coat.
Yeah.
Takes a while to soak in.
So what do you gentlemen think about rapid sociological advancement? Let's just say I'm a physicist and a nuclear engineer, right? And I'm going to be making Roanoke City the first fusion-powered city on the planet, just for argument's sake. Right? What do you think about rapid social advancement that comes with technology like this?
We only look to God's kingdom. You're asking the wrong group.
Yeah, we don't get involved with that.
Well, this is what's going to allow our children to leave the planet permanently.
Why would they want to leave the planet?
Well, because it's not going to be around forever.
It is?
Yeah.
Would you like to see some documentation?
I mean,
that says it does?
It says in a good book that it will be destroyed and it will be recreated.
No, it does not. It says the earth remains forever. What they interpret infers. We're not going to argue, but that's what we're going to show you what the Bible says about it.
Well, no, the pleasure's mine, Jim. Yeah, take care. God bless. Yeah, absolutely.
So, what are you doing back in town?
Well, I stay here.
Oh, do you? I thought you stayed down Rocky Mountain.
Well, I've got a house out in Boonesville, so.
Oh, Boonesville's in Franklin County.
That's right.
I remember your wife and kids were up here last time I saw you.
Last time? No, that's been a while. I haven't seen them since before Christmas.
Do you not get to see them very often?
I am unequally yoked. Let's just put it that way.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Happens to the best of us.
Well, yeah, I hate that you don't get to see your kids.
Yeah, so do I.
That's a big deal.
Yeah. All the people that work for us, that made all this possible, okay? The public servants, they're homeless. They are. We're paying them to be homeless. They live in our houses. We're paying for that with our tax dollars. Think about it. Where the fuck does the mayor live right now? He's enjoying his New Year's while there are people that are homeless in his own city, living in squalor, living in fucking squalor. And he's hoping to God that no one will be having this conversation and be calling him out like this. This right here. There is more dastardly, dirty, deceptive human torture that happens here than most people know about. I bore witness to it, so I know all the secrets. I know where all the coke comes from, I know where all the coke's going to, and I know what it's doing to the people. And it's not pretty, none of it. And I'm gonna put a stop to it. They just don't know yet. Roanoke is a very, very fucking important city. Unbelievably, strategically and otherwise. And you won't hear people just talk about it. But what's really happening, especially in the underworld, the criminal underworld and the banking and stuff like that. I don't know if you've noticed the bank robberies that have happened here in the city. It's fraud. It's all fraud, all the way from the dealership thefts, the bank thefts, all of it. It's all insurance fraud. It's to cover their tracks. 100%. Because of all the fucking drug money. Think about it. All the fucking coke that goes through this city. My sister is an addict. She's one of the reasons why I'm fighting this. See, while I was out in Afghanistan, pledging my life to save your ability to vote, these fiends were here on our own soil. And they're going to pay for what they've done. They think because we're overseas doing other things that they can victimize the public. They're dead fucking wrong. I'll tell you what, Abilify is terrifying stuff. I have never been so violent in my fucking life as on Abilify. It scared the ever-living fucking shit out of me. That stuff made me so fucking violent. I've never actually felt that fucking violent. Like, I actually thought I was gonna kill somebody. Really, that night, that moment. Like, I was gonna go out, and I had a plan and everything. It was terrifying. And I haven't felt like that since, actually having to do it. You know what I mean? But there's a reason, like I had to defend my own life. But it was chemically induced by a drug that came out of a fucking lab, and I was forced to take it because they said, well, you have to do this in order to fit into society. Fuck that. And here was the crazy part about the institutionalization. was that the doctor said, you cannot leave here unless you are on a drug. We will not let you leave this building. We will either force you to take it or you will take it willingly. You will take a drug that we prescribe you. What is it treating? What is it helping me with? And they all lied to me. None of my questions were answered. There was no reasoning with these people. And, psychiatry is I wouldn't say it's a quack science, but it's a far cry from what it should be. You don't need to give people drugs. You need to be giving people. That's what we're really missing. Everything that we're seeing, okay, all of the after effects of everything that we're going to see from all this, all of that is treated only by people, by caring, loving, genuine, honest people. I told you about Staff Sergeant Sulit, who committed suicide, and I watched his hanging body, his hanging corpse. You know what? It's worth it. Every time. I will take the time to talk with somebody. If it means their talent won't be wasted, if it means that their life has meaning and value, if it means that, they could be, that they could turn somebody else's, you know what I mean? They could turn somebody else's life around. Pardon me? Pardon me?
No, you're fine. Happy New
Year's.
Year's.
Yes, thank you. This is your guys' place?
Okay, so it's done now.
It's a pleasure to meet
There's
you.
no point in even like.
I ain't nobody, man. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. What's your name, boss?
Kevin Davies. I'm an artificial intelligence architect.
Right.
You say you what?
Artificial intelligence architect.
Slow down.
Artificial intelligence architect. Like people are architects for buildings.
So you ready to make some money?
Never lived here.
Listen,
I just don't own this.
I'm going to make enough money so that your grandkids are never going to have to worry about money.
My grandkids ain't worried about me yet already. What I'm trying to tell you is, I'll be 36 in February. I help you.
All right.
Help me.
You got it.
You got a cell phone?
Absolutely.
If you are who you say you is, I see your email first thing in the morning.
I'm running for president in 2020.
Shit, you mad?
No, I'm really serious.
I can't do it.
I'll prove it to you right now.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't do it.
You got my vote if you can do something with child support.
Want me to tell you why?
I know what to do. I have a plan. I really do.
Shit, tell me, motherfucker. I pay child support for 3 kids. Show me.
We're basically going into enslavement to ourselves.
You heard this shit? Show me.
I mean for women who
fuck that. You got a plan? Show me. I don't understand.
See this right here?
Show me.
she make like $100-something thousand. I'm still.
That's me, Anon 2020 for president. That's really me. This is my account.
Give me all the child support. I'll pay you $2,000 a month.
We work here over time.
You take me off child support. I give you $2,000.
That's all people want. Is they just want a better way to live. They just want a better way to live and how to escape from the very system that is enslaving them. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like when I walk downtown, really late at night or early in the morning, and there's just no traffic and nobody's on the road, you can't see anybody, you can't talk to anybody, you get this feeling very like almost nostalgic. It's like, oh, you feel like you're the last person on the planet. Like if humans just suddenly went extinct, you were the only guy there. Well, I feel lonely like that most of the time anyway. It's weird, man. It's just like SpongeBob. We're at the bottom of Bikini Bottom. We're swimming in this giant fishbowl of air. I think we just want to go fast. I think when we're kids, we see the adults and we're like, okay, how do I get there? Because you got to grow. You're a kid, you're smaller than everybody else. We're trying to imitate, right? We meet somebody else and we're like, okay, how do I imitate that person? Playground setting, everybody else is imitating everybody else. So you don't realize it because it's these small changes that occur. You figure out who you can group with, and you start figuring out, oh, I can say these things and it can be nice, and you start figuring out, oh, if I say these things, it's not very nice, And then this is the kind of environment where like sociopaths could be born, being isolated. I think that's one of the reasons why the world is so screwed up as it is because so many of our kids, they don't have access to the right social environment, when they're young, and because we've destroyed our nuclear families. Through debt-based monetization and other problems, social unrest and, overwork, underpayment, not having enough vacation, mom and dad not spending enough time with kids. It's time for healing. We've been at war for too long. What did they work their whole lives, to really achieve? They didn't have any sense of purpose, no sense of hope. And that's really where the depression comes from, is this realization that everything's not okay, but unfortunately, you know, the powers are against me, or there's no hope, there's nothing I can do to change any of this. When in fact, actually the opposite is true. Out of all the really bad probabilities, like all the bad stuff that could happen, like World War III, all-out nuclear war, we destroy the Earth, we can't reverse any of this, like out of all those probabilities, okay, you could say there's an equal number of good possibilities. Like miracles are literally at our fingertips. They are quite literally at our fingertips. But at the same time, so is our apocalyptic end and the doom of mankind. Because we're at this point where we can do anything, we could literally self-destruct and destroy ourselves. You ever practice shadow boxing? It's a way to sharpen your skills, improve your reflexes. You can watch yourself in a mirror. You can watch your shadow playing chess with yourself against yourself, right? Okay, that's shadow boxing. You do this while walking too. A lot of people can't do that. Have a great day. Really appreciate it. Have a great day. So one of the martial art things that I've learned, like it's like a secret of martial arts, is understanding our relationship to the planet. And so a lot of people take it for granted because when we learn to walk, we're so young, we don't have words to describe, you know, what we're going through. You know? What is this sensation, right? That's one of the secret mastery tricks of martial arts, okay? And the reason why is because your reflexes will automatically be better, right? And you have better balance. Another neat trick is understanding like the iron rods, okay? This is what I call them. So like,
I had that camera pointed at my car. So you go back and rewind. You ain't had that camera pointed at my car. Camera see you looking at my car. I'll see you do some shit like that again. Your face gonna get broken.
okay, and you will get arrested.
Fuck if I don't get arrested. What you talking about?
If you do some violence against someone, and I know about it, you're gonna get arrested.
What you talking about?
Let's not make a problem that's non-existing into a problem.
You don't threaten violence. I'm a United States Marine, sir. I have to inform you.
Let's not cause a problem. There's no problem, right?
I'm here to protect your rights, sir.
I appreciate that.
Yep.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Just giving a martial arts demonstration. That's what I'm training to do, so that I can defend myself. I've been doing it since I was pretty young, since I was about 18. What I do know is other things that no matter, like people think they know some shit. No, you don't understand. Okay, I'm not fighting you. I'm not playing. I'm not gonna let you hit me in the face. I'm not gonna let you scramble my brains. Okay, I'm not gonna let you break any of my fucking ribs or hurt my body. If you're coming at me with intent to injure me or hurt me with violence or threat of violence, okay, I'm going to take you down so fast and so fucking hard, it's gonna make your fucking kids come out dizzy. All right, that's not even a joke. I will kick your fucking knee in backwards. I will grab your fucking scrotum and start popping your testicles like they're fucking grapes until you beg me to stop. I'm not even joking. And I will say you're gonna be a nice fucking boy from now on, or I'll take the other one. This is going to be the secret to preventing World War or Civil War. Not necessarily this specifically, but stuff like this. Because we have to have entertainment.
What? I mean, what are you gonna do with it? I mean, what are you using your brain for?
I'm going to wear it.
What you got?
just gonna walk around the fair, that's all. Nope. Free speech?
Yes.
Oh, good.
I didn't know. I was just curious. Yeah.
All right.
Good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good time.
Yeah. What's your name? Kevin Davies. Here.
What does that word mean? Oh. You got my vote. What's your name?
What does it even mean? I'm black. I can't understand.
Faster than light travel. It means that our kids will get off this damn rock. That's what it means.
Well, I thought they called her about
Intergalactic society, right? And we're going to be living there and here.
You know some Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, man.
You know some Star Wars.
It's not far away.
Dun, dun,
Pretty good.
We recognize you from like a little bit. We're like, wait, we know him.
Yeah.
What does this say? He's running for president. Oh, awesome. What's your name?
Kevin Davies.
Okay, he's really cool. Awesome. Good for you.
It's not about getting votes, it's about getting acceptance. Because if I want their vote, you know, there's plenty of people that vote that are mindlessly voting. I don't want votes, I want acceptance.
Once again, the Salem Fair is now officially closed. Please make your way toward the exits this time. Thank you.
Yeah. What do you mean in an intergalactic society?
I mean, we'll be able to travel to our neighboring solar systems, man. Our neighboring galaxies. We're in the Milky Way galaxy now.
Really?
Yeah. I'm talking about faster than light travel, 10,000 times the speed of light increment. Because I'm the inventor. Faster than light travel.
Fashion and light travel.
Hop on a Harley Davidson, all right? Sounds like fun. Yeah? Okay, I'm gonna strap a Soyuz rocket to the back. You wanna pilot it? Still sound like fun?
Hell yeah.
Okay, well let me strap about 15 Soyuz rockets to it. Still sound like fun?
Hell yeah.
You still wanna pilot it?
Hell yeah.
How about 150 million Soyuz rockets?
Probably not.
Okay, all right. Not fun anymore to pilot, right? Okay. So I'm developing artificial intelligence as a form of faster than light navigation that will get us across the galaxy without killing us.
So your plan is to have. So your plan is to have. So your plan is to just be able to create a technology where we can think about going somewhere and we'll be there.
Eventually, but we're not ready for that yet. We're too mischievous. We're too warlike. We'll use it as a weapon.
I want you to get this on camera. All of the people who see this, get Donald Trump out the fucking White House for me.
Good luck to you,
Yeah,
man.
thank you.
I'll vote for you, bro. Right.
Unless we do fight, we don't have a future. You know, if you don't fight for your rights, you're not. You know, nobody's going to just give them to you. Yeah.
Beastie Boys.
That's right.
for your right to party. That's right.
That's what America's about. Ozzy Osbourne, the Beastie Boys, Gwen Stefani, Sublime. All these people knew something and still know something and trying to tell everybody without getting their whole shit kicked in.
So every once in a while on Twitter or one of my social media, like somebody will hit me up and they want to find out because they're curious. They want to find out if I'm legit. If I'm just suffering from mental health issues or are conducting some sort of experiment. I wish you the best. Right? Yeah. You have not stated even one thing that will realistically and effectively bring about world peace or the end of starvation. Pay attention to your wording and your intentions. You seem to want to lead by the leash of fear, control, and dominance in a very bizarre way. I'm not interested in creating war to achieve peace as an outdated model that has failed time and time again, nor am I interested in building a space ark. Whatever that is, because I don't remember talking about a space ark. Oh my god, dude.
People were asking you questions about the space ark. You said you were going to leave the planet, so people were thinking it was
okay. No. Yeah, not like that kind of space ark, but there certainly will be a mass planetary exodus. People are going to choose to leave the planet.
They think it's physical, Kevin. It's not a whole. It's going to take years of understanding to try to get people to even know that that's a possibility.
Truthfully, am not on board with what you have been sharing for many reasons. Right? Talking about, you got a void of spirituality. Like, it's just. This is the stuff. This is one person, by the way, because I only have like 5,000 people. But can you imagine, like, Elon Musk gets people like this all the time, but he doesn't spend the time to actually respond to them. I'm actually responding to this person. So eventually, when people start to investigate me and they want to look up who this Anon 2020 for President guy is, they're going to come across these tweets and they're going to see the responses and everything that I gave and how I dealt with that situation. And it'll be good. There went everything. That was fast. That's Roach, but he's dying. It's because the exterminator did his job. Twilight. Twilight's literally one of my favorite times of the day, other than dawn. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna miss it. It's nature in general. Being on a spaceship for a long period of time is gonna be depressing.
I don't want to be like that guy or anything, but I definitely want to set an example.
Legacy.
Yeah, legacy. I don't want to do anything small. So if I do become like a big influence, I want to like show people, like the kids who are looking up to me or anybody who's looking up to me or vibing with my music, that like you can live a certain type of way and not have to like destroy yourself. Like you can live how you want to.
Well, this is the kind of people that I want to work with, man. I want to be the Richard Branson that trains the future CEOs and captains of industry. People that are going to run foundations like this. And I guess the idea is that you'll run it until you get tired of doing it, and then you'll find your replacement, train him, and then pass the baton. Right. Yeah.
Definitely takes discipline. I know I need discipline. I'm pretty sure you being a physicist, like okay.
I was in the United States Marine Corps for 9 years.
Oh shit! Yeah.
They don't just give those out.
Yeah. I'm only 26. I'm still learning every day.
Yeah, man. It's good. It's an impressive thing.
Yeah.
We have enough famous people, but there are some super talented people in the world that are not getting the recognition they deserve. And that's what I'm here for. And if I do my job, then it means that you're going to become successful. And then someday somebody's going to ask you, hey man, somebody helped you out. And you'll be like, yeah, it's that people.
Definitely. Well, yeah, man. It's pretty awesome. I don't know. Do you feel like you're like trying to save the world, or is you're beyond that?
When my daughter was born, she was born in Okinawa, Japan. And it's a little over 12 years ago now. It should be 13 this year. So when you have a kid and you're in the military in Japan, the government pays you. The Japanese government actually pays you because they have so few children. So they want to help with like bills and stuff like that. So we took all that money because the government paid us for all the hospital expenses. So then we took that money and we set it aside and we put it in a savings account for my daughter. And that's her trust fund. That's her money for, when she's 18 and she can buy a car or get down payment on a house or something like that. So the night that she was born, I went out on the town, had a really great time, went back to my apartment, and was standing on the balcony, was thinking about the future. I was like, well, shoot, yeah, she'll have like $80,000, but what kind of friends is she going to have? Who's going to influence her? Why would I dangle that carrot in front of her and make her idolize money, in this idea? If I want my daughter to be truly successful in life, to be truly wealthy. And it made me rethink about a lot, about life plans, about lifestyle, about everything. And it wasn't just about my kid, it was about everybody's. And the way that the world was going, I realized that I was going to have to step in and do something. It wasn't just going to be, because nobody else is going to. Everybody's waiting for somebody to show up and save everybody and fix all the problems, but then the first person that does that, they want to shoot the messenger. Giving somebody a gift that they never thought they wanted, that's the hard part. That's the difficult part. That's the part that makes me cry myself to sleep sometimes. And I don't know how to describe it much better than that, man. And I wasn't on drugs. I was completely stone cold sober. I mean, I'd already thought about some of the stuff and the concepts of AI, how I was going to design the software, how I was going to make it so that humans wouldn't misuse it, all that stuff. I've sworn up and down that I was going to give up, I don't know how many dozen times. Like, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not worthy. This is not me. I'm not the guy that you want. Yep. But good luck. Find somebody else. I can't find anybody else. I haven't found anybody else. So I appreciate having an intelligent conversation. So trust me. That's why I have a smile on my face right now. You can't save everybody, and it is a concern. Things that other politicians probably wouldn't think about. You could definitely, from your unique perspective, running a grassroots campaign, it allows you a lot of insight because you don't have to follow the rules of these other people. So you don't have to I got to follow this rule, so I can't say this. I got to follow that rule, so I can't say that. You can say anything. Whatever comes to your mind, whatever's close to your heart. What you noticed. You had friends who died from suicide, or you had friends that committed suicide because, it was a slutty woman, and so she slept around, and so he couldn't deal with it, and slit his wrists. So if you have a Jedi Master, that's the reason why they take you when you're young. Okay, they don't want to take on older, kids because they have these tendencies already. They have these behaviors and habits that are already bad. You see? So blooming or blossoming into a mastermind, I don't know your background, you see what I mean? And so you could start to go a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. It's like waking up from the Matrix, in a very big way. One day you'll be like, well, I can't unknow this now. I was much happier before that I did not know this thing. Why was I told this? Well, it's because you need to know it. If you want to become a mastermind, you need to understand certain things. So it's a big responsibility. Not just anyone can do it. And then comes the madness.
Yes. So I don't know if anyone wants to hang out in the store, sit out in the sun for a little bit, or hang around the side, but once he gets here, we'll get started.
Thank you, Luke. Get everybody's attention and see if we can order pizza for everybody, since they have to wait here for so long. Ice cream? Where's that? What, is there an ice cream place here? Oh yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah.
So without any more ado, please welcome to the mic, Congressman Beto O'Rourke.
How's everybody doing? Good to see you. Good to be with you. Thank you for welcoming us to the Roanoke Valley. The Star City, Sam was just telling me, and El Paso, Texas, where I'm from, also a star city. You all know this as well as I do. There is absolutely no reason that this country, communities like this one or mine in El Paso, suffer an epidemic of gun violence that is not an act of God, nor a force of nature, nor our fate or fortune or lot in our lives or the lives of our kids. It's a human caused problem with a human solution. We're going to make sure that we have universal background checks, red flag laws, and we end the sales of weapons of war, AR-15s and AK-47s that have no place in our lives or in our communities or in our churches, in our synagogues, in this country. When we talked about healthcare, we reminded people that in Texas, the largest provider of mental health care is the county jail system. This is how we are treating the most vulnerable among us in a country that was already as divided as we've been, at least over the course of my lifetime. Some say since the Civil War. We elected somebody who is trying to drive us apart even further based on fear of one another or anger that he seeks to stoke or to inspire based on our differences. A shooter, a gunman, walked in to the Tree of Life Synagogue in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, raving about caravans and the Jewish Americans that he believed, because the president, when asked about it, entertained the prospect, were funding those caravans who were coming here. And then in El Paso, Texas, my hometown, on August 3rd of this year, gunman drives more than 600 miles with an AK-47, motivated by rage and hatred and racism that this president has invited into the open, publishing a manifesto that quoted the President of the United States about this invasion and infestation, these animals, these predators, these killers who are coming to get us. The replacement theory, but we must connect the dots for our fellow Americans so that we all understand the choices before us.
Ladies and gents, thank you all so much for coming out. The Congressman does have some time for photos, but if everyone would line up down this way.
All right, there you go.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for being here.
Rapidly advancing society. And there will be a push, and I'm sure you've probably already thought of this yourself. No other politician you will find is talking about the things that I'm talking about. They're all over there having a good time, but the real work is being done grassroots by people like me. I don't like to look at it as us versus them, because that's kind of rude. They have a purpose too. So the real worry that I have is that there are intellectuals among the intellectual class that do look at them like subservience, that look at them like they're cattle.
Perfect. Don't change the name.
That's dangerous too.
How do you look at them?
Souls. I don't see people. I don't see permanence. I left that behind at 4 years old. I see the impermanence in everything. It's one of the reasons why, unfortunately, I have to wear glasses. It's God's reminder that nothing is as close as you think it is. It's a pleasure to meet you. Yeah. I'm a quantum physicist and a cyberneticist working on artificial intelligence. What do you think about an epistemological rupture and how that's going to affect all this?
I don't know. I don't know the phrases well enough to...
Think of it like a change of the Overton window. General colloquial acceptance of certain ideas and ideologies, right? Yeah. Especially shifts in technology, rapid advancement in technology, like faster than light travel. Now. The echo chamber thing is very, very frustrating. because I see people with worthless messages, and like they get all these views and all this attention and all this focus, and then people with a real message, you know, that it could actually there was a school lunch thing, you know, and I passed it on. I'm like, hey, let's get a group together. Like, we could totally create a movement and reverse this, and then kids' school lunches will be free forever. Nope, nothing. Watch, some fucking moron is gonna do some stupid thing, and it's gonna go viral, and they're gonna make it seem like he's some kind of fucking hero, or she's some kind of hero for starting this fucking school lunch revolution. But really, you know, somebody like me tried to do it, and it's like nobody fucking listened the first damn time. I've been preaching about fucking climate change and about how to fucking fix the environment for a couple years now. But this fucking kid over in Europe suddenly starts talking about it. It's like, oh, she's sent from God to save us all. Oh, everybody needs to listen to this kid. It's like, no, pay no attention to the fucking fool adult male who joined the United States Marine Corps and dedicated his life to fucking serving others. No. He definitely wasn't talking about this a few years before this fucking kid started talking about it and went viral. Nope. Don't listen to that guy. How many other activists like me are there out there that are just completely fucking silenced by, you know, social media's bullshit and their little algos and all the shit that they got going on? It's ridiculous.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
All right. Say this is Earth, the whole Earth. This is what's going to happen. It's either going to get washed away or it's going to go.
Well, Yellowstone is really interesting because when it starts to go, it's going to start a process of plate tectonic movement that's going to cause. Yeah, it's going to cause a chain reaction of catastrophic events. It's going to move continents. It's going to cause eruptions all over the world, earthquakes, all kinds of
that's
craziness.
another thing, you know. People don't want to recognize or like people
how fragile life is on our planet.
People want to worry about fucking asteroids in the sky, but they don't want to fucking worry about a fucking volcano that could fucking erupt.
Or how about this? Or litter. Or their personal life choices when they buy something in a store. That packaging, where did it come from? Christmas? It's killing us. Think about how much pollution is generated because of Christmas. For what? For cheap plastic throwaway toys? To do what? Give us temporary happiness? It's a big problem. And these are things that people are not going to want to let go. They're not going to be happy that they're going to have to quit celebrating Christmas or they'll die. You can still celebrate Christmas. You just can't do all the stupid shit that comes with it.
You know, I'm homeless. I've been homeless ever since I was like 17, you know. And, you know, I'm hungry, but, you know, I always find ways to go find something to eat, whether I have to wait till the morning time.
That's because you're in America.
You know, nowadays, like I was saying before, nowadays no one understands what the world's coming to because I don't care what anyone says. I'm telling you, the smartest scientists could say that an asteroid isn't going to hit us, but at the same time, they don't know that.
Nope.
They could be 100% true.
That's called the fear of God, my friend. Death by probability. It comes for us all.
And when I know the end is there, I'm not going to stress about it because I know where I'm going, and you know I've got the faith, and I put my faith in the Lord Himself. You know, even though I make music that, like, you know, contains a little bit of vulgar language, you know, like curse words, I still have faith in the Lord. That still don't have the effect that He's given me because at the same time, you know, He gave me that gift to be able to write poetry.
Yeah.
He gave me that gift, you know.
Blowing your mind with telekinetic psychology.
Yeah.
Empty fucking bag of trash in it. I'm gonna throw away. Yeah, man.
You know, when I say sluts ruin everything, I'm not just talking about women, okay? Because sluts is a fucking universal term. If you're using people, you're a fucking slut. Especially if it means you're using yourself. Sluts do that a lot. They devalue themselves. You're worth more than your good looks and your body. I'm making my public announcement today. Hopefully some people show up. I got a local business owner here that has been kind enough to support me, and I invited some people on social media, so we'll see how everything works out. Of course, we are a little bit early, so it doesn't really start until 10:30. 6:30 is when I put the event like to start, but you know nobody's here. I don't think anybody's gonna really get here until 11 when the other side opens up.
Oh, okay.
So we're probably gonna go in. There's like an electric car thing. We're gonna go check that out and come back.
Yeah, just tell some people to come.
Well, I already did. Like I said, I sent out the invites and everything.
Yeah,
so we'll see.
Just like that.
Oh, of course, ExxonMobil and Shell would agree. No. Oh no, they certainly would. They absolutely would. They know that their energy is going away.
Bob.
Because I'm a quantum physicist and a cyberneticist, I've built fusion reactors. One of them is going to be here in Roanoke.
Would you explain?
So their time has already come.
So what would you do to help to cure the climate change problem?
First thing, we need thorium reactors in our cars.
Okay.
We don't actually need batteries anymore. You can run a thorium reactor and run an entire car. You can run a house. You can run a building off of it. It's available. It's sustainable. It's in our soil. It's in incredible quantities all over the planet. It's not by any means scarce.
So who's doing research on this?
I'm a quantum physicist and a cyberneticist.
Wonderful.
I'm also running for president. Today's my 35th birthday. I'm making my announcement today.
So you're official?
Yes. I have been official for a while.
This is excellent. You're documenting this?
I don't think it's going to take too much of a nudge to get us back on the right track.
Well, go for it. Good luck to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You should write a book while you're at it.
I was born on the same day as Stephen King, so it's coming.
I hope your book is more fun to read than Stephen King.
I happen to love Stephen King.
Well, so does my son. I watched one Stephen King.
Yeah, so we're definitely, you know,
And she was like, he was a furry, and I was like, yeah, he was a furry, you know, but you have to understand, you know, there are different sides to the fandom. And she's like, yeah, I understand there's an adult side to the fandom. I'm like, all right. So you know that there are things that I do not want you to get involved in. And she's like, yeah, that's not why I'm doing this. I was like, all right, cool. But yeah, her mom's frustrated and scared and doesn't know what to do and doesn't know what to think. And, you know, this isn't something that's big in Japan. And so, you know, it comes with its own challenges. The good news is that I get to spend more time with my child, so that's good. Challenges of, you know, raising a child in 2019 with all the distractions and all the strangeness that's going on in our world, especially with like transhumanism. So, you know, out of all in all, honestly, out of all the things, I'm not upset. Do I like the fact that she's a furry? Not necessarily, but it's not up to me. This is her life. She's gonna have to make these decisions. Her dad's not running around in a fursuit scared of everything. You know, and she saw that, and that was a powerful thing for her. But yeah, there's a lot of parents out there who have no clue what's really going on. They don't know what e621.com is, or e621.net, I'm sorry. What do they call that when you post a bunch of images and stuff online? There's like an image posting board or whatever, like 4chan, 8chan, stuff like that. Well, think of it like that, except it's artists, like specific to the furry fandom. And they leave nothing to the imagination, guys. You know, they've got body fluids and phalluses and, you know, vaginas and all for animals. It's a cartoon, you know what I mean? It's real. It's a thing, man. It's a thing. And if you think this is weird, just wait. Virtual reality is going to suck people away from their families faster than fucking heroin or any other drug. Because they can get something. They can get something they can't get anywhere else. And no one, you know, that accepts them. Their family doesn't fucking accept them. So what will they get? They'll get wherever they can get it. And it's a dangerous thing. So she's not a teenager yet. I think we caught it early enough that it might just be a little phase. We'll get her a fursuit. She'll probably go to a couple little events or whatever and realize the fandom wasn't for her. You know, and that'll be that. But if it doesn't, you know, that's okay too. I'll make sure to get her the best damn fursuit that money can afford. The best artist that can make it.
Kevin?
Can I help you? You're live on Twitter.
Are you Kevin?
Just letting you know.
Are you Kevin?
You cannot verify my identification, so you can't take me away.
Do you have ID on you?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm not a danger to myself or others.
Can you hang out your pocket for me then?
I'm not a danger to myself or others.
Okay. You don't have any ID on you?
Nope.
Okay. Alright, just hang out here with this officer, I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
How are you doing today?
Could be worse. My family's gaslighting me. They're trying to have me locked away. Same thing they tried before. Yeah, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this bullshit where you can literally lock a citizen away and throw away the fucking key with a stray word. You don't find that's a problem? You don't think that's a serious problem to liberty and preservation of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness at all? Which, by the way, you swore an oath to uphold and defend, as I understand it, right? The public good?
Okay. I don't know anything about your past experiences with us.
Can't even feel safe in my persons and property. Gotta be fucking harassed. Did you know I haven't seen my daughter since before Christmas? Before they put me away?
Where's your daughter at?
You know that, is that legal for them to do that? That's totally not legal. It's totally can't be legal.
Alright, Mr. Davies, here's the deal. We got ECO for you. We gotta take you into custody, alright?
Okay, can you verify my identity?
I did. I ran it through DMV, picture popped up with you, your face, and all that notification. So do me a favor, turn around, put your hands behind your back, alright?
You are live on social media. Do you understand?
Yeah, you're being recorded too, so.
Go ahead and put your hand behind your back.
Have I committed a crime?
No, it's a civil process, but the state has awarded us power to be able to.
Okay, so am I a danger to myself or others?
Someone thinks you are.
Okay, well, I'm not. They're not here. Okay. How can they testify? They're not a witness. They're not a direct witness. You're stealing my property, sir.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. You're taking my property.
No, I'm not.
How to fucking scare off cops. Walk towards them with a handful of fucking papers and one in your hand. It'd be funny if they find me. Put up a flyer at the station. It's a town hall meeting, quantum fusion. I'm talking about building a reactor here in the city. And, I'm trying to get public consent. Get some people talking about it. Because it's going to change everything. So, include you guys too. Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks. Talk about building a quantum fusion reactor.
No! I don't have anybody cover my table.
I'll be here at 10:30, yeah? 10:30? Yeah, that's when we're going to start everything. Do you see the flyers around town? Historically, in 1984, that was the year I was born.
Thank you. Okay, thanks a lot. Okay, looking for something?
Yes, actually. So I need something simple. Some pants.
Pants?
This is linen.
Huh?
This is linen.
Linen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have anything in linen?
Simple, right? That's a good thing, yeah?
Bhagavan.
Huh?
Bodhisattva.
Huh?
Bodhisattva.
What's that?
Bhagavan.
Bhagavan.
Yeah.
Oh, Bhagavan.
Mm-hmm.
This is good. Yeah.
I'm a quantum physicist and a cyberneticist. I'm going to be giving gifts to mankind.
Okay.
Incredible technology.
Okay, that's very good, sir. So, your account is here. Anything else you want? Now, look here. Now, I show you here. Here. Very good.
I like this much better.
Okay.
It's much, much better. Thank you very much.
I am really happy. Wishing you, I pray God, you, so far your brilliant success and nobody, you go and reach in the White House.
Thank you.
Okay. So tomorrow, if you will president, then I may not meet you. Now I can meet you. So I keep this in my pocket here. Thank you.
Here we go. Rating candidate. Paddle on somebody that is planning a global zero-day exploit, like a virus that will affect all computers on the planet.
Now, what was the first part of that question?
Do I qualify for whistleblower protection?
And then I was like, should I take the shuttle?
That's worth asking. Thanks, buddy. Have a great day.
So I'm gonna get this cool. Okay, I'm handing it over. Thank you.
You're very welcome. A lovely dress.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
He always
Alexandros.
A-L-E-X. Can you be speaking on?
This like marble building.
Everything
has that like official.
I guess you could say public matters
Well, I'm proud of you.
and advocacy. And having been a victim myself, you know, and also being on the predator side because I'm a Marine. We're trained predators. So now I get to, almost from a back seat, I get to become like Batman in a way, almost like a vigilante. Watch out. We've got the right walk. Whoa, man. Right you walk. Right here. It's on the fucking right away, you ass. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, rapist. That man right there. He's a predator and that's his prey. He's trying to figure out where he can get to another target. Because he can't target these guys because there's a group. Seriously. Let's go embarrass him. You would know.
Good guy.
Really trustworthy.
That's fine. Just fine.
I have a lot of power. Aren't you also?
Are these folks aware of what your intentions are for the evening?
Oh, no? I am. I assure you, I am.
All right, they're well informed? Okay, all right, good.
Oh, I assure you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Bro, I gotta get a motherfucking place to sleep tonight.
so weird. I was watching one of my videos and I was listening to myself talk, and I was thinking, God, won't this guy shut up? Because it doesn't even sound like me anymore. It's so surreal. Like, the more I think about it. Like, I've literally lived my entire life this way. Nothing's changed. I've just been trying to find a way to describe this sensation, this dimension to other people in a way that can be understood. And we already knew about it. We already ascribed to its belief. It's a part of us. And it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. I mean, I've already talked to my wife, and I've already talked to my kid. You know? And it's gonna be okay. And here I am. Right here. Right where I'm supposed to be.
After you, sir. Sit in front.
Under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amen. You be seated. Our next speaker is Alexandros Filth.
Good afternoon, Mayor City Council. Recently did a study on Revelation. Mostly pertains to the area of technology that I'm working in and the general public disclosure that an epistemological rupture of this level involves. An epistemological rupture is a change in technology or society that is so drastic, like the general understanding of the world moving from flat to round. It wasn't that long ago. Or like understanding that there is no scarcity anymore. It does not exist. So why do children starve every 3.5 seconds on this planet? Jesus actually said that wars and rumors of wars and natural catastrophes
are not signs of the end of the age.
He also said that whoever says that the end is near or that they are already here is wrong, that they're a false messiah. In the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verses 1 and 2, Jesus left the temple and was walking away when his disciples came to him.
He called his attention to the buildings of all the temples. Did you see all these things? He asked.
I tell you the truth, not one stone here will be left standing upon another. Every one will be cast down. He's talking about a new foundation. Jesus was sitting on the Mount of Olives. The disciples came to him privately.
Tell us, he said. When will this happen? What will be the sign of your coming and the end of the age? Watch out that no one deceives you. For many will come in my name, claiming I am the Christ,
and will deceive many. You will hear of wars and rumors of wars, but see to it that you are not alarmed. Such things must happen, but the end is still to come.
3.5 seconds. So roughly 12 to 15 kids have died while we've been having this conversation. Of starvation, of something that we can prevent. All I want is a better future for our kids. That's it. That's all I want. Because they don't have a say in this. They don't. Nobody's going to listen to them. They don't have a voice. They can't consent to any of this.
Yeah, but you're making the correlation that kids are starving while we're out fucking.
But that's exactly what's happening. That's factual. Why is our birth rate dropping?
What does that have to do with
Why are we fucking ourselves into extinction?
I agree with you that dysfunctional relationships harm your community, but floods are not necessary.
You sure? You should come hang out with me downtown. Watch what the sluts do. It's funny. It's amusing. They're stupid. It's really sad, actually. It's their behavior. It's like, you know, they're a psychopath. They're like a sociopath. They put on this mask and they pretend everything's happy and fine. Oh, look, we're all in the land of milk and honey and sugar and gold, and everything's just going to be perfect, and my life is going to be great. They're swinging their arms around. They're having a good time. Oh, pow! Right in the kisser. Great. And then you look at their social media accounts, and they're destroying themselves. They fucking hate their lives. They hate themselves. They hate the people they're with. They hate their relationships, which is why I'm on my campaign about how sluts are fucking up. And no one, to this day, even now, has proven me logical or empirical evidence to the contrary. Let's say, for the sake of argument, that things go really, really, really well, right? That the elite and the Illuminati don't kill me or try to kill me between now and 2020. I understand that we've been hooskowed by liars and thieves and brigands that are convincing us that everything is fine when we know that it isn't.
So what do you think of yourself?
Oh, I'm fucking garbage. I'm fucking scum. Why do you think I have the name Alexandros Filth online? See the grin on my face? Why would I lie? Okay, nothing to hide. Yep. It's my pen name, Alexandros Filth. Alexandros is actually from my real middle name, which is Alexander, and it means defender, protector of man. Right? That's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about the future of our children and how this is going to affect them. I hate that I have social media, that I have to do this. I hate it. I don't like it. I hate being fucking right. I hate knowing all the shit that I know. You think I'm happy? I'm not. I'm extremely, extremely fucking depressed. I'm very fucking upset all the fucking time. I really am. I hate it. I wish I didn't have to do this. I wish I wasn't given these gifts and talents. I wish I wasn't given the vision that I have. I wish I wasn't as smart as I am, and I wish I wasn't a quantum physicist and a cyberneticist that brings world-changing technologies to the world. I wish none of that was true. But it is. I can't run from it.
Show the tens of thousands of people out here in the streets. They won't show all the people waving the flags. They won't show all the people wearing the hats. They won't show all the people marching and chanting and everything. So explain this sign here.
So, a lot of people think that they have a lot to say about the Constitution and about where our rights actually are, but they haven't taken the time to really join the real fight. To the Continental Congress. Thomas Jefferson was addressing the Continental Congress in 1775, and I quote, "If we ever allow banks and corporations to control the issuance of our currency, first by inflation, then by deflation, the banks and corporations that grow up around them will rob the people of their property until they wake up homeless and penniless on the very continent their forefathers conquered." And we're seeing that happen. We're looking at that. We're eyewitnesses to this all over our nation, in our cities, on our streets.
So I'm going to put this out there for all the people that want to vote for Bernie Sanders. Okay, I'm not saying that he's a bad guy. I'm not saying he's a good guy. I won't vote for him. In fact, I'm not voting for any of these goons.
Smedley Butler put it, the strong arm of the military-industrial complex since our inception in 1775. The real problem that we're facing has nothing to do with gun control. It's all about this cognitive dissonance that comes along with population control and narrative control. If we continue to be silent and allow individuals to control us, to control our society via debt-based monetization, no amount of gun control laws will ever protect us against those that will be able to, just as Mayor Amstel Rothschild quoted, as long as I control the nation's wealth, I care not who makes its laws.
Well, I'm impressed at your ability to quote, but thank you for your time. Thank you for talking to me.
The real long-term focus of some of these guys that are running these gambits is really about creating like a Continental Congress or creating a divide in the nation amongst the people to factionize us so that we're much, much easier to control in smaller groups.
And then to use that as the excuse for the tyranny.
Correct,
or the removal of the Second Amendment.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah.
Well,
The best thing that we can do is
here.
absolutely resist any means to divide us. We all need to come together, and I think that the best weapon that we have is actually doing what we're doing now.
I was going to say, that's what we've done here today. Thanks for taking the
Pleasure
time
to
with
mine,
us.
sir. All right.
How can a bunch of non-job, college-going people that are going to get free education that is borrowed against the Fed going to create new jobs? They're not. They can't create new innovation because they're still not free-minded individuals. Congratulations, you just created the next depression. You've destroyed business, you've destroyed the stock market, and you've created a situation of fear-mongering, and leads to the next war. Congratulations. Bernie Sanders is working for the Jews.